South African politicians are taking us for a ride, and we're too blind to see it. They go around the country and the world raising money for their political parties, but you'll never hear a word about them raising funds for job creation or for the real issues that affect us. It's all about their ambitions, their campaigns, and their power. The worst part? Business people, the ones who claim to be the backbones of the economy, are right there handing over their money to fund these politicians. But when it comes to actually creating jobs, when it comes to helping ordinary people make a living, suddenly they've got nothing to give. They hide behind excuses about investors lacking confidence in our economy, blaming everything from corruption to global instability, but they never address the fact that they themselves are part of the problem. These same politicians who claim to care about the future of this country are the ones who'll beg for money to fuel their political ambitions. Yet not a cent seems to make its way to initiatives that can genuinely help the millions of South Africans struggling with unemployment. How is it that they can raise millions for campaigns that will only serve to keep them in power, yet we can't seem to raise any money to build real industries, to support the small businesses that could provide jobs? The moment job creation is mentioned, the excuses roll out. Investors aren't confident, the economy is unstable, the global market is unpredictable. Yet, these very same investors will happily pour money into the political coffers of the same politicians who are supposed to be fixing the system. Isn't that suspicious? Isn't it strange that the same people who are so concerned about the economy can throw money at politicians, yet refuse to invest in the businesses that could help improve it? There's a game being played here, a game that we're not a part of. Politicians and business elites are making deals behind closed doors, and we're left with nothing but empty promises. They talk a good game about fixing the economy, about creating jobs, but their actions tell a different story. They raise funds for elections, they raise funds for their campaigns, but they never raise funds for anything that might actually benefit the people who need it most. They don't care about job creation. They don't care about poverty. They don't care about the millions of South Africans who wake up every day with no hope of finding work. What they care about is staying in power, keeping their positions, maintaining their influence. Everything else is secondary. It's not that they don't know how to raise money. We've seen them do it. We've seen them rake in millions for their political causes. They know how to gather funds. They know how to mobilize resources. They just don't want to use it for us. They don't want to use it for the people. Instead, they spend it on flashy rallies, lavish events, and endless political campaigns. They'll tell us that job creation is hard, that it's complicated, that the economy is too unstable. They'll blame the global situation, the opposition, or even us. But the real reason they can't or won't create jobs is because it doesn't serve them. It doesn't help them stay in power. It doesn't increase their wealth. And then we have the business elites, the so-called champions of the economy. These are the people who have access to the resources, the influence, and the capital to change things. But they'd rather line the pockets of politicians than actually invest in the future of this country. They're willing to throw their money at politicians who don't deliver, but when it comes to investing in industries, in small businesses, in job creation, they suddenly become cautious. They claim that the risk is too high, that the economy isn't stable enough. How can they claim to care about the country's future when their actions tell us otherwise? These are the people who've built their fortunes on the back of an economy they've helped shape. Yet when it comes time to give back, to make real changes that benefit the people, they're nowhere to be found. This is the true face of South Africa's leadership. It's not about creating jobs, not about improving lives. It's about power. It's about control. And as long as we continue to play along, as long as we continue to buy into the illusion that they're working for us, nothing will ever change. We're stuck in a cycle where the rich get richer, the politicians stay in power, and the rest of us are left to fend for ourselves. The economy doesn't fail because of bad global markets or a lack of investor confidence. It fails because the people in charge don't care about fixing it. They care about maintaining the status quo. They care about their own interests. And until we wake up and realize that, we will continue to be played.